Welcome to Attention Talk Video, where we pay attention to attention. Now, here's your host, Jeff Copper.
Welcome, everybody, to this edition of Attention Talk Video. I'm your host, cognitive engineer and ADHD coach, Jeff Copper. I'm here today because I want to talk about a common, what I consider myth. Now, a lot of you are going to disagree with me, and that is skills training doesn't work. I get phone calls all the time. I've got executive function problem. I need skills. I need tools. I need tips, tricks, and strategies. And I really want to address skills. Skills are something that you're doing. It's a behavioral thing that you're doing over and over in order to accomplish something. And skills and behavior, you can learn skills, and behavior is something that you can modify. I have no issue with regard to that. However, what I want to emphasize is that impairments impact behavior, and impairments require accommodations. And so my eyesight right here is impaired. I could learn all kinds of techniques, but honestly, I'm looking at the screen and I know what my logo says. I can't really read it, but my point really is there's no amount of behavioral training that's going to enable me to read because my eyesight's impaired. ADHD is an executive function impairment. Executive functions are a collection of mind tools that we use to solve problems. Walking is not an executive function. Eating is not an executive function. Twirling a toothpick or watching TV is not an executive function. Executive functions used to problem solve. Problem solves are things that are multifaceted and ambiguous. That's why I say that 80% of your procrastination list is usually rooted in some level of ambiguity. My point on this stuff is skills training, if it's an area of impairment, does it help? And so there's a lot of people out there that are preaching skills training, and I don't really want to degrade them too much because, up until it's all we had. We didn't really know what to do because we judge behavior that way. And so one of the reasons why I wanted to get on here was really to tell everybody is that we now have technology that we begin to understand because of Dr. Barkley's model, that ADHD is an executive function impairment. And there's lots of intangible accommodations that are hidden in plain sight. So have you ever noticed, like if you ever tried to clean a room or declutter or do a project with somebody, at some level, it's typically easier. It's typically easier. Why? Because you have help. That's an accommodation. Think about it. Neurotypicals get help all the time. People with ADHD get help all the time. The issue is people with ADHD, they need more help because of the impairment. And so really what I'm here to say is that if you out there, you have ADHD, you look at it as an executive function impairment, and you're looking at skills training, and particularly if you're like in your 40s, if you recognize it hasn't worked, then you might surrender yourself to that and say, oh, the problem really is the impairment. I need to look at accommodations for that. So now you want me to tell you what the accommodations are. Well, help is one of them. But past that, it's really a bigger topic because having somebody ask you questions, doing stuff in collaboration with other people, having demonstrations, all of those are what we call cognitive shortcuts. So anyway, what's the point of the video? My point is if you are chasing skills training, and you're noticing that you've done it is not really working, I would encourage you to kind of let go of that and maybe kind of focus in on accommodations. If you go and look at some of my YouTube lives that are centered around my new program, Cognitive Ergonomics from the Inside Out, it can give you a sense of what that looks like. So with that, I hope this is giving you some insights, maybe an aha. Hopefully you'll shift your mindset and kind of get on the right track. Please leave comments, like our channel to kind of keep us up in the rankings. Hope you've enjoyed this. Take care.